We're on page Dalid in the Maharal, second column. Pseches Gittin, Bekama Komas had Nelovim, Olvim, Shom Cherposim, Mishivim. People who are disgraced and they don't disgrace others, embarrass others. Shomim, they listen to the disgrace and they don't respond. Osimi Avo, they do out of love. Usmechim Yisurim, they rejoice in their sufferings. Alema Nemar Vov, regarding these individuals, in the Olam Haba, they will radiate. Those who love him will radiate like the sun at its strongest point. Why does he have such an exalted status that he will radiate in Olam Haba? As the sun shines in its strongest time. Everything is what? The pivotal point is anivos. That's negation, simpleness. It's not what you are, it's what you're not. He identifies three characteristics. They're embarrassed and they don't embarrass others. Or disgraced, they don't disgrace others. Shom cherposom, they listen to their disgrace, they don't respond. Don't respond. Hakol midachas. That's part of the same midah. Meaning, it's irrelevant. What you say, there's no reason to respond. You know, there's an expression in Yiddish. By the Hasidim, they don't use these words. It's more by the Litvisha. You know, abilit via hund. Have you heard that expression? He's barking like a dog. If the dog goes and starts barking at you, you know, especially behind the fence, barks. It's upset. So therefore, what? Do you even pay attention to it? A person who's truly humble, a person disgraces you, calls you every name, whatever he says, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. What he says, it's meaningless. What does it mean? To the person who's totally negated, he doesn't even. What do you mean he doesn't respond? Because if a person is truly humble, there's nothing to respond to. What's the point? Who's he talking about? You know, I mean, the Sharon Nova, the Chovos Levovos and the Mrs. Sharmosa speaks about this. How do you see the other person? You know? A person who's really humble, he sees all his shortcomings. I'm not as perfect as people think I am in either case. So what he's saying, even though it may be not accurate in this, but it's okay. You know, there are other deficiencies which you have, which nobody's aware of, only you're aware of. So it's not so terrible. And there's another thing. The person who understands, you know, you pay. You know, the question is, they say it's a small price to pay. Small price to pay. You know, everybody has debt. So if paying debt means somebody embarrasses you, you know, it's okay. It's a small price to pay in terms of what you have to really pay. You know, if you don't pay this, you pay something much more serious. It's okay. So you're happy. You're getting away easy over here. You know, man embarrasses you, let him embarrass me. It's irrelevant.
But
That's smech. Say what?
If he's wrong in his assertion, should you justify yourself?
It's irrelevant. This is the chinuch. The chinuch says in Lo Sikum Lo Sitar, why is the Jew not permitted to take revenge? Because the person who does the wrong thing, it's like a person takes an axe. What actually chops the wood? Is it the axe or the person behind the axe? Person cannot hurt you, harm you, embarrass you, cause you any degree of pain or grief unless Hashem allows him to. So basically, why are you the victim? Because Hashem wants you to be the victim. We're not saying he's not a bad person, the one who's doing the wrong thing. He's a bad person. But to take revenge, why should we? Hashem sent him. So if Hashem sent him, a king sends a messenger to hurt you. You're upset at the messenger, or you're upset at the king? At the king. So if HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends a problem to you, since the person's only the agent. That's all he is, the person. So if that's the case, there's no reason to take revenge against the person.
Well, we're not talking about revenge.
No, but it's the same idea. It's the same idea. You can't be embarrassed or disgraced or anything unless Hashem wants it. So why did it happen? Because that's what God wanted. So a man embarrasses you because he thought you were someone else. Okay, so mistakenly you were the victim. Okay, so what does one thing have to do another? But God knows that you're not the other person. So why did He send this person to the wrong address?
So you shouldn't even say, I'm not that person?
No, if a person's hurting you, you have to defend yourself. Let's say a person's hurting you, physically hurting you. You let him keep beating you? Of course not. It happened. It's after the fact. Now what do you do? Right? So of course, he's saying nothing. What's the point of saying? You're not going to correct anything. You're not going to undo the pain and the disgrace. If he's going to come back and do it again, that's something else. Here we're talking, it's after the fact, it's done. Do you respond? You know, respond, say, who do you think you are? You know? Self-defense. But there's no self-defense once it's had. It's post facto. It's afterwards. Therefore, he listens to his disgrace. He doesn't respond. Those who do out of love, and they rejoice in the suffering. He says, the first is, that's one midah. That's one characteristic. That's anivos. That's negation. Osem mi'ava is another level, right? Whatever you do out of love. Any mitzvah you do, and smech bisurim is a third thing. Then when the suffering comes upon you, you rejoice that the Yisurim are coming. Guy gets his pink slip. Alec. Baruch Hashem. I'm going to collect severance. Right? Who in his right mind calls up his wife? Did you hear? They just fired me. They sent me up at 3 months. After 3 months, I have no idea. I'm going on the unemployment line. We have to make a suda. We got to rejoice. Smechem b'Yisurim. Okay? He says, each one corresponds to one of the Ovos HaKadoshim. V'yischod midas Yaakov. Interesting. Yaakov was what? Was pursued. Right? He was the pursued. He wasn't a pursuer, he was pursued. Whether it was Esav, whether it was Lavan, what did he put up for 20 years with Lavan? Now Lavan made him Olvin. Right? Shom Cherposon. Could you imagine? He says, I want to work for the hand of your daughter. So he says, look, I got to marry you off. In either case, you might as well be the one. Right? That's what his uncle says to him. That's the way he speaks about Yaakovim. Yaakovim is an ordinary person. The man radiates holiness. The man has a capability, one of a kind in the world. If I have to marry you off, in either case, you might as well be the one. Right? Toftito, mitito lachir. Better give it to you. Is that the way? Yaakov, it's irrelevant. You're a lowlife. You're a subhuman being. You're an evil man. It's irrelevant who you are. I know what I have to do. I want the hand of your daughter. I'm willing to swallow it all. Right? That's Nelov Ve'enim Olvin. Yaakov is what? Is anivos. Is the characteristic of what? Of humility. Upirashu zeshu nirdaf mino acher v'u'enu rodef es acher. Zemidas Yaakov. He's pursued, but he doesn't pursue others. To be continued.